Okay. This is not a review by any means, but the one thing that I am going to say is I'm going to talk about maybe one thing that I think that they've done majorly wrong leading on up to SummerSlam. SummerSlam is not that far away, guys. It's literally 5 days. 5 days from now. After seeing Raw last night, I have never been more confused in my entire life. There should be absolutely 100% zero excuse for Raw. Raw has not only a stacked card, they have new graphics, they have brand spanking new brand music, they have huge arenas to work with, a huge budget to work with, amazing cameras as well as camera angles. They have everything at their disposal to make this the best go home show they can make it. And last night, oh boy, they promoted 2 matches that were not their main match over the Universal title. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, well, what about Seth Rollins going to look for the Demon King, looking for Finn Balor? No, that is not putting your belt over. It isn't by any means. I understand that we didn't see much of Finn Balor. I get it. We saw that Finn Balor as well as Seth Rollins did have their speaking moments in the ring. But the biggest mystery was the Demon King. The one thing that I can actually give them credit for is that the fact they were doing a good job for a while building up the Demon King. Especially when Seth Rollins ran into Neville and how Neville was talking about how he was not ready to see the Demon King. That was a great job. Great idea. Wonderful idea. Now, when it comes to people who did not know who the Demon King was, or to Finn Balor, or know exactly what Finn Balor means, if they need to go back and actually watch the vignette that was on this last week's Raw. That's all you need to know. If you saw last week's Raw and you were able to see the vignette that they put on Finn Balor, as well as seeing what Finn Balor meant and the history behind it, as well as the Demon King, you didn't really need to know much else. Everything should have been a mystery. Especially about how he wrestles, how aggressive he is. It should have remained a mystery. It should not have been revealed at all on Raw. It was a mistake. And this is what I mean by this. When it comes to Undertaker, every single year, before 32, and I think 32 is probably his last, I don't know. But before 32 and afterwards, especially leading on up to 27 and 30. I won't mention 27. Because 27 as well as 30. Probably 30. But anyway, any WrestleMania that there is, either you don't see Undertaker at all and he uses a lot of scare tactics to scare the crap out of his opponent, or he will come out, point you out, and that's it. You do not see him until WrestleMania. And the mystery just keeps going. It keeps going. It gets you anticipated. It gets you anxious. It just has that build going on. And you get excited to see that match because of the mystery of it all. Nothing is revealed to you. You just want to know what's going on. That is a great way to promote a match. To literally get in the heads of the viewers. To make the viewers excited about what they're going to see. But the biggest problem that I have about last night is it revealed a lot. They revealed way too much. And when it comes to a trailer these days, you barely can keep a secret in the trailer. I'm not going to lie. As much as I didn't like the movie, Star Wars, the Force Awakens has done a better job in promoting when it comes to their trailers than any other any other comic book trailer that you see out there. They kept the mystery going. They didn't reveal too much. They literally got you anxious and they drew you in and they knew exactly what to do when you saw the movie. Shoot, I'll say the same thing with Deadpool. Deadpool did an amazing job with their promotion. But other than that, besides movies, they knew exactly how to draw the audience in without telling them too much. The same thing with Taker. But the biggest problem here with the Demon King is that they revealed everything about him that night. The entrance, everything. And they shouldn't have. It should have kept it for SummerSlam, kept the mystery going, and kept everybody interested in seeing your main event. But now it's to the point where instead of people being interested in seeing their main event, they're more interested in seeing Brock versus Randy or Rusev versus Roman. Now, Rusev versus Roman, that's a U.S. title match. That's a starter belt. And as much as I know how prestigious the U.S. title is, the U.S. title has been held by one of the best heels to hold it in a while. I like the fact that Rusev is champion. I like how dominant Rusev is. But the fact that we've had a lot of segments with Lana and Rusev because of this wedding, as well as a lot of segments with Rusev and Lana, and Rusev, Lana, and Roman, there's far too much promotion for that match. There should be very little promotion for the U.S. title match, but just enough to get you interested. The same exact thing with Brock versus Randy. There shouldn't be a lot of promotion there. You already got a large draw. You got a huge draw in Brock Lesnar. You got a semi-huge draw when it comes to Randy Orton. But other than that, you got yourself a match already. Very little promotion needs to be done because you got two big juggernauts that are about to go at it, as well as seeing a very dominant heel as Rusev going up against Roman Reigns, who's supposed to be the underdog and start from the bottom, work ground up. You already got that going. You already got the underdog thing going. You already got the fact that he's going up against the U.S. title. That's all that needs to be done. It doesn't need that heavy promotion. What you really need to focus your promotion on is the U.S. belt. Not the U.S. belt, but the Universal belt. And they really haven't done anything about that. You're going to reveal your new belt at SummerSlam, and you've done very little to promote it. And you promoted a mid-card belt as well as a standalone feud over your Universal title that has not been revealed. And you revealed the mystery of the lead character too early. The same thing happened with the Aces and Eights. The Aces and Eights actually did have a lot going for them when they stayed masked because they had their anonymity. But when that was gone and they started revealing them way too early, it got stale, it got old and boring, and nobody cared. They did the exact same thing on Monday night. My biggest concern is a lot of people actually were excited about SummerSlam, especially the fact for those people that do live in the New York area or in the Brooklyn area. They're excited about SummerSlam. They're going to have SummerSlam there for 3 years, which means you got to be consistent with it. You have to give these people a reason to go see it. New York is a tough crowd. Not as tough as in Philly or in Chicago, but New York had a lot of infamous WrestleManias there, especially in the Madison Square Garden. You got to make this look good, and you have SummerSlam there for the next 3 years. You got to be consistently good, or there's going to be a bunch of pissed off people. And if you piss off the people, they won't come to see your event. And honestly, they have not done a good job at all promoting their card. And I hate to say it, but SmackDown is doing a far better job promoting their own card. They have been consistent throughout the last few weeks. I've actually enjoyed SmackDown. And when it comes to the card, they've done a great job promoting their main event, which is what they're supposed to do. They did a great job with the feud between Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. Even though nobody cares about Dolph Ziggler, they have made you care about Dean Ambrose going up against Dolph Ziggler because that is their main event belt. They're doing a great job with that. I can't say the same thing about Raw. They need to step up their game. We got 5 more days until SummerSlam. Their go-home show is in the books. I hope they can step it up at SummerSlam and not embarrass themselves. Just saying, y'all.